Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take a look here at Avalanche. This is actually looking pretty good. Nice little pump over the evening. Came up to this 0.786 fib level, kind of rejected out, but is since held off this 0.65, 0.618 golden pocket. So it's really good stuff there. Ultimately, looking fairly strong. Decent chance of continuation of the upside, but we want to double check a few things to be safe. Because right now, Bitcoin's pulling back pretty aggressively, but look at how well Avalanche is holding on. It's doing really good, contrary to the majority of the market. That's a good sign. We have seen this before in the past, so we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, because again, we have this resistance wall that we're coming up into. Previous resistances in this range, and I'll talk about that. Just to quickly note, I want to say thank you to those who hit the like button, comment below. Deeply appreciate you, and of course everyone who's in my Discord and communicating openly with our group. It's really just a lot of fun. Appreciate you as well. Please be sure you read through our signals guide and our trade alerts, so you kind of know specifically what I'm thinking with trades I'm planning to take. And obviously, congrats to our community members for some nice profits here with the Bitcoin short. That was late last week, and of course SUI as well. Okay, so we haven't really taken any trades this week so far. Obviously, it's a little early in the week, but the whole point is to wait for confirmation. We don't have a lot of confirming factors with most coins. AVAX might be one of those that has it. Okay, so let's look here. First of all, when we take a look here at the more recent last 7 days for Avalanche, we can see a lot of liquidation between $19.50 and $20.30. So just say round number $20, we're going to start seeing some liquidation. But closer to 19, we see about half a billion dollars in liquidation at about $19. So just know that exists. Same thing with 23. 23 has been existing for a while though. Okay, if we look back here, as far as August 8th, we can see that there has been liquidation levels from that range. So getting above 23 is going to be a difficult thing, but it's also an area that should likely get tested too, because again, we are closer to that range, right? With all this extra volume flowing in, there's a reason for that. So let's take a look at the daily time frame and clarify a couple things and work our way down. Just kind of see what's going on here in the big picture, because last I looked at Avalanche, we were below some key level resistances, such as the 20, which is now, I wouldn't say a thing of the past, but today's looking like a pretty solid option of closing above that 20-day SMA. When you break above the 20-day SMA, you generally break bullish, and you are more so likely to increase than decrease. It kind of helps open the doors for the shift of momentum, basically. It's kind of a momentous type of scenario there. We can see that same thing here as well. We've got 4 days of MACD convergence, and it doesn't look like it wants to stop. Also, getting closer to 50 on the RSI. While we're still below it, that's somewhat of a resistance. Stochastic swinging up, everything's giving us the indication it wants to continue higher. You just got to recognize we have to break above this 0.618 fib level here at the current 2175, and we'll have a much better chance of that. Okay. We'll explain more as we get to smaller time frames, but at this point right now, we got some important areas we want to focus on. So let's look at the the 4-hour time frame, and recognize we're above 3 out of 4 moving averages. That's super huge. I like to be above the 20 and the 50-day SMA on the 4-hour when I decide to take trades, right? Now, in hindsight, I wish I had noticed this, of course. I was sleeping roughly that time ago, but generally speaking, at this point, now that we're here, we want to recognize that we're broken mostly bullish, and if you can see here, we're over 50 on the RSI. We bounced perfectly off 70, still looking to retest that for a potential breakout. Stochastic is swinging down, and MACD is slowing its momentum, so you got to recognize this little push here. It's slowing down. There's no other way around it, because obviously we hit a resistance wall. To touch on that resistance wall, you can see here we had previous closure where we had a good 12-hour period here back on August 10th. $22 held strong. So far we've seen another 12-hour period where the price action is holding strong at 22. If Bitcoin can hold 59,000, I feel confident in saying that AVAX should push itself into this upper region to possibly sweep 23. I think 23 might be a tall order, but generally speaking, if you just say hypothetically get in now, you maybe try to secure profits between now and $23, you probably have much better luck with a tighter position. Okay. Again, right now, the way the market is, you want to kind of secure profits when you can, and it's better to be safer than sorry. But the truth is, the 4-hour time frame here looks fairly solid, minus some momentous indicators letting us know we've tentatively topped out. We also want to recognize here too, let's do this really quick, the more local high is now the new low. Okay, so you see this here, price action comes up, rejects, breaks through, retest that previous support, or previous resistance rather, as a new support. Okay, that's a tried and true standard trading thing that you want to look for, letting us know that we have reaffirmed 2150 as a potential support level. And this all in the light of Bitcoin pulling back like this. Look at this here. Bitcoin, Solana, another strong coin, pulling back. AVAX pulled back for a nice solid doji candle there in that hourly period. That's a very, very good sign. Ichimoku Cloud also confirming all green lights to leave a long position open or to possibly consider taking one. Okay, so at this point, things are looking pretty solid here for AVAX. While this coin has done this before in the past, and we've seen some false positives from this coin, this seems a little better, especially compared to the majority of the market. So I would venture to guess that we're likely to see the price go higher, pending Bitcoin doesn't break super hard to the downside here. Expecting some support at 58,000 for Bitcoin if it continues lower, and if that is the case, AVAX should likely bounce in its current area or continue higher. Just make sure you secure profits just somewhere before $23 because that's when there's a lot of liquidation, there's a lot of resistance. Okay, so there's a solid chance that the price action may just end up, stopping there as well for a double top on the macro or something along those lines. Either way, looking pretty solid here, and my thumbs up goes to AVAX for the day. It's one of the few coins that's actually performing, and it's nice to see this for a change. So AVAX is looking good. For the moment, of course, this can very much change, so just ensure that you secure profits when you can, and make sure that you have a stop loss on every trade, and do not use high leverage right now, folks. This just doesn't make a ton of sense. If you do use the high leverage, just make sure it's a small position, because if you do a large position size and a large leverage, like you see online, most people are just sharing their good results, not necessarily the results that of the trades that they aren't doing well with. You're going to get a dim perception of how the trading should work, and that's really not how it works. All right. Anyways, I hope that makes sense. I'll post our playout chart here in our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, so if you're not familiar, this is available online as well. Just kind of give you my insight on coins that I'm planning to take trades with. But more important, hit the like button, comment below. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Take good care of yourself. Take care. Thank you.